Hi, this is a little talk on meerschaum pipes. I made a few notes here which I'll go through. I've got a number of meerschaum pipes. I've got a lot of other pipes as well, made out of all sorts of material. But meerschaum is a special kind of material. It's a soft white mineral. It's very easy to carve, and some very intricate and beautiful carvings can be made out in meerschaum pipes. You see them in all shapes, all sizes. It's really magnesium silicate. It comes from, if I can pronounce this, Eskişehir, Turkey. I probably haven't pronounced that correctly, but most meerschaums come from Turkey. Some of them come from Africa as well, from near Tanganyika, or in Tanganyika. They're regarded as to be somewhat inferior to the Turkish pipes, and they're of a darker colour. I'll show you one later on, more brown in colour. They become a premium substitute for the clay pipe in about 1980s, 1800s I should say, or about the 1800s. And from the 1800s onwards they took the place of the clay pipe. One thing you have to be careful of with the meerschaums is that they can break easily. So you drop a meerschaum, you're probably going to break it. That's the only drawback I can see with them. You can smoke them from start, just like you would with a corn cob or a clay pipe. You don't have to break them in. You can smoke them straight away. They're ideal for trying out new tobaccos. They also use the meerschaums for making the bowls in a calabash. I'll show you a calabash. This is a calabash made from the calabash gourd, famous in the films about Sherlock Holmes, although Sherlock Holmes never actually smoked one of these in any of the books. And this part here is made from meerschaum. This one is wooden because my meerschaum broke and I made a new one out of wood, and it works okay, but the meerschaum is ideal really. It can be used for all sorts of carving, but it's mainly used for pipes. They banned the exportation of the meerschaum from 1970 onwards, I think it was, from Turkey that is. So all the meerschaum pipes you get now are made in Turkey, and they're not exported other places and made in other places. I don't believe so anyway. They go back a long way as well. The first meerschaums are said to have been made around between 1725 and 1750, so they go back a long way. But you don't see them really in any great number until maybe the 1800s onwards. And also when you buy in, you must make sure that it's block meerschaum and not a mixture of meerschaum dust which comes after the carving, and then it's mixed with emulsifier, and then it's pressed into a mould to make the shape of the pipe. It's hard to tell them apart though, you know, you really can't. And I don't know if they're any worse to smoke, and as I bought all mine on a website, eBay, I really don't know, except for one or two, that they are block. You know, they could be amalgamation of dust and other things, but they all smoke okay anyway. So the next thing is to show you some pipes. Here's a bowl of one of them, just the bowl. I broke the stem. That, as I said, they're easy to break, so I dropped it and I broke the shank there. There's a face of an Arab, I should imagine. A bearded gentleman, very lovely, beautifully carved. Here is another one with a lovely stem on it as well. This has got I haven't smoked this yet at all. Lovely bearded gentleman, as I'm a bearded gentleman, it suits me fine. Lovely thing, as you can see it hasn't been smoked. Lovely and smooth, beautiful carving. This one I believe is the African type. I bought this as a meerschaum, so I assume it is a meerschaum. It's I broke the stem on this. I dropped it on the floor, broke the stem, so I had to make a new stem for it out of acrylic. But the African meerschaums tend to be of a brown colour anyway. This is a meerschaum, there's no name on it. A lovely stem on it again. Most of these stems are screwed in and out rather than just pushed in and out. So you have to be careful of when you're undoing them. You're going to do this too often, you're probably going to loosen up the of the screw on it. This one's been smoked quite a bit and it's beginning to turn colour, as you can see. Now when they make these meerschaums, they rub them with wax, and they say you shouldn't put your hands on it when you're smoking it, you know, otherwise your fingerprints are going to be leaving marks on it. I haven't noticed this myself. This one's beginning to turn colour, as you can see. Over the years they will turn a lovely colour. As I bought these as estate pipes and then cleaned them up and sanitized them, I can't claim that I've made these colours on them. This is a nice one, a Jumbo. It's a block meerschaum, so I know this is a block. And look at the colour on that one. This started off same colour as that one, probably. And now it's this colour, and it's colouring lovely. Lovely smokes these as well, just the thing. And the last one that I have is this one. Now look at that. I don't know how old this one is, but it's a beautiful colour. This has started off white, like this. And now over the years it's turned that beautiful golden colour. And I can't praise meerschaums enough really. And I say the only thing against them is that they can break very easily, so you have to be a bit careful with them. They do come in a case sometimes, well, nearly always. I'll just show you one of these. This is a case for a meerschaum, if I can open it. Yes, difficulty opening it. There we are. And the meerschaum would fit inside here when you'd buy it. It would come like that, and there you could carry it in your pocket then without breaking it. And that was the idea of it, but of course there's always a chance that it would slip out of your mouth or your hand, and then bingo, it's broken. So that briefly is a little idea of what you get when you buy a meerschaum. But I would say anybody that smokes a pipe, once they can afford one, and you can get them quite reasonable if you look on meerschaum, but I mean on eBay I should say. But if you go to buy a pipe and you want to make sure you get a block meerschaum, then perhaps you should buy one, save up and buy one from a good manufacturer. Somebody that's been making them for years and they can guarantee it is a block meerschaum. But anybody that smokes a pipe, I would say, okay, you can smoke a corn cob and you can smoke cherry wood and sort of thing, cheap pipes, and they'd be fine, you know. But just for the beauty of it, get yourself a lovely meerschaum. Well, thanks for looking, and maybe we'll have a talk again some other time.